Welcome back, guys, with the Flooring CEO podcast. My name is Bram van Leuteren. I'm the co-founder of Floor Launch, and today I'm going to talk about the 5-minute rule that can double your flooring revenue. Okay, so we're going to talk about speed to lead, which is a concept which is very, very important. And we basically we built a whole call center for our clients, and I just want to take you on our insights that we had and what we've seen from actually having proper speed to lead, and also what I'm seeing, like the gaps that I'm seeing, and how you can also improve yourself even if you're not running a call center. Okay, so I would say speed to lead, like the reason why some companies are making so much more money is because not always because they're getting better leads, it's just because they're on top of the leads even better, right? Especially also starting retailers that are doing under one, maybe if something even under $2 million a year. They all have built from word of mouth, maybe showroom traffic, maybe just very warm and hot leads. And especially when they're diving into the whole digital marketing realm and they're getting internet leads, it's just getting harder for them to keep up and actually convert those internet leads into actual jobs and customers, right? And the thing is, what I'm seeing is because you're used to a whole different type of leads, that you think you can get away with the same kind of follow-up, right? Just a simple text here and there, you send an email a day later to be like, hey, when can we meet up and do the estimate? And it's just not that simple anymore, right? You should actually be on top of things, right? So what I would basically also highly recommend everyone to do is, if you have some kind of CRM or some kind of way to actually have marketing automation, set up automated text messages. Right? Actually text someone when they actually fill out the form on your website. It's such a simple way to actually just contact people and just set up an automated email as well when you're basically setting it up. Just because even if you're not able to call them, because let's say you're still a contractor, you're a job site a lot of times. Yes, if a lead comes in, it's going to be very hard to call them within 5 minutes, right? But even though by then, it should be it can definitely be worth it to also just invest into getting someone that's at your store to actually answer the phone, right? Also with our existing customers as well. Just side note, right? Because the industry average of speed to lead inside the flooring industry, right, is 47 hours. I mean, come on, guys, that's terrible, right? And what we have seen is, if you actually convert, actually call all those leads within 5 minutes, most of the leads that we actually generate, we can actually book in, right? Our average booking rate at Floor Launch, it's 70%. So that means that every lead that opts in and just fills out a form, it can be anyone, we book in 70%. And I would say that at least 75% of the leads that we book in, we also book it in the first day, right? Just because we're on top of them the first day, right? Even if they opt in the evening, we'll still book them in the first day, right? And I think what I've seen, especially also when you're growing as well, so it really is all kinds of different sizes of business as well, is that you'll get so busy, and even if you hire salespeople, a lot of retailers think that salespeople are actually going to do the speed to lead part, but then they sort of realize that the salespeople are only focused on the actual estimates in front of them and not always actually on the newer leads that might not be as valuable as the one that they have in front of them. So let's say someone walks into the showroom, is actually asking them questions about a certain flooring product. Obviously, they're not going to get the lead that just opted in and said, hey, I'm looking for 500 square feet of hardwood, right? And they're like, I don't want to sort of call them, and then they don't have to pick, don't pick up. So I would say a lot of salespeople inside this industry, they're great at closing leads, but just not great at chasing leads, right? Even though chasing leads is such an important part of the flooring business right now, especially with the digital age, right? So there's a few things you can do. So first of all, you can actually hire someone that's obviously sitting inside of your showroom or basically doing it online, right? You can hire a company like us. We have a call center as well. You can also go into AI just for off hours. So let's say you're still able to pick up the phone, right? Just figure out if you can do some kind of voice AI in the after hours, and just be very transparent on that it's a voice AI, right? Be like, hey, this is Sammy. This is an AI receptionist for after hours. like you can ask me any questions. How can I help you? Right? If people know that it's an AI, if it messes up, they knew, and it won't hurt your brand. If you don't say it, it can like mess up. Don't do it yet. It's not there yet. It will get there. So another thing why it's so important to actually follow with leads so fast is because people will also, like, every touch point and interaction people have with your company all will get associated with your brand. So let's say I call 911 and they won't even pick up the phone. I mean, like, just a crazy scenario, right? Like, you will at one point think like, these guys are like fucking like morons, right? Like, why are they not picking up the phone? And at one point, people just stop calling, right? And it's the same with your flooring company. Like, if you call them within 5 minutes, they're like, wow, these guys are on top of things, right? They know what they're doing. And whenever I will have an issue with anything on my job, I'm 100% certain if I call them or if I reach out, they'll be on top of things as well, right? So it basically also showcases professionalism, and just improve your whole sales process overall, because you're not always having this whole stack of leads that still have to be booked in, right? So I would say that calling your leads within 5 minutes, figure out a way to actually have people call them as soon as possible. If people are not possible or too expensive as in your current situation, then just look into AI and see how you can integrate that as well, right? So I just want to go over a little thing that I've seen, because we had a client called Capital Carpet and Tile. So Steve, if you're watching this, hello. They actually have 5 locations, and they are like a pretty big flooring company inside of Southern Florida, in the Fort Lauderdale area. And what we've seen is they actually got 100 leads a month on average, right? Of those 100 leads, they literally every lead that came in was only called within 24 hours or 48 hours. And if they actually did a phone call, it was literally just was very hard to listen to, right? It was embarrassing, because they weren't even paying attention. They weren't going over their needs analysis. They were just trying to get them into the showroom. That's it, right? They were not going over their job, over their budget, or what they were looking for, their pain points, right? It was just such a generic phone call. And then the whole thing, what I'm trying to say is, if you have salespeople that are calling all of your leads, please do an audit. Actually start listening to their calls and start figuring out if you can actually squeeze so much more juice out of that. Because a lot of retailers that we work with, they get a lot of leads coming in, even referrals, organic leads coming in, and just the way that you handle those leads is so important. It's sometimes so much money left on the table just by handling those internet leads better. And internet leads are always going to be more important as we go on over time, right? Because it's just going to be more and more, especially with the new generation. Everyone's on the internet, everyone's buying online. So I would say calling your leads fast, it's such an important thing. It will change your business. And honestly, every foreign company that's right now calling their leads within 5 minutes, they're just gonna win, right? On a long enough time horizon, I honestly believe that whatever is best for the customer is best for the shareholders as well, right? So best for the company. So if you can answer that question, is it better for a customer? Would they prefer it more if they can get someone on the phone within 5 minutes? Yes or no? If that's a yes, then definitely start implementing this. Start going over your systems to actually implement this, because a lot of people will fill out a form and you need to call them within 5 minutes, but also miss calls as well. So if that's any valuable, just if you can rate this podcast with a 5-star review, I would highly appreciate it. And I'll see you next week, Friday, on a new podcast. Have a good day. Bye-bye.